Hello, everyone. Yeah, I. Where do I start? I feel like I'm doing an apology video, and I've just started. Uh, Basically, this is my first attempt of doing a proper YouTube video. I've done a few bits in the past, some little edits of like going to expos, things like that, on other channels in the past. But I'm speaking with a colleague, you know who you are, who has a friend of the channel, you know, that sort of thing. And I want to try and give this YouTube stuff a go. So, what I can promise you at this stage, this is my first attempt, and there'll be a number of attempts I'm going to be doing on learning the process of trying to improve, and I want to make it sort of as raw as possible, and just basically, I just want to be me, and I want to just try and I just want to go through all my nostalgia, my good memories of movies, games, and everything in between at the moment. But I would like to focus on starting off with what I'm going to do with this video. I want to talk about my LaserDisc collection. People hear me talk harping on about my LaserDisc collection on Twitch, things like that. Right, spot my links down there if you want to come and tell me how bad my video is. And basically, yeah, I've talked about it, and I've been wanting for a while to try and do a video each week at the moment, just to start out. A video each week of me talking about a selection of films. I want to go through all of them, but I want to try and go through ones that are with the time of the season, or just A to Z, basically, of all my laces, and talking about why I bought them in the first place. Not just because of the format and buying a random film. Every film I've got in my collection, minus a few that are just random cheap ones I got. But majority, though, of my videos, my laser discs, are films of my childhood, growing up, and I'll basically want to talk about each of the films in turn, about why I got them, and hopefully open out to other people to see if they've ever seen the video, ever seen the films, and even really want to try and see if they would like to give it a go, not know what it is, or talk about their memories, you know. But really, I'm sort of focusing just telling you why I got it, and what I like about it, and sort of just hopefully give a little bit of knowledge to people as well. My facts won't be 100%. I'm going off the top. I'm doing off the cusp, whatever you call it, top of your head. I've got no script. I'm not looking at anything particular. I'm literally doing this on the fly, if you couldn't tell. But so what I want to do for this one, because I want to get this out as soon as possible, really, because of the season. So currently, the date of today is October 30th. We've got Halloween literally like tomorrow, and I treat all of October as the horror month. Me and friends watch many movies together, and I like to, even on my own up here in the games room, because I'm currently sitting in my converted bedroom that we turned into a nostalgia trip of games, movies, toys, and everything from childhood, all in one little room. So it's my little getaway room. So get away from old modern life. So got something to always look forward to. So what I'm going to do is this one. In this video, I should get on with it. And I want to give you... I want to show... Sorry. I can cut that. I forgot it's ain't live, isn't it? I can cut that. Right, cut that. Probably won't. Who knows? I want to show off this is my, right, this is only a personal opinion. Everyone's opinions are very different, and what they like and what they don't like. So this is mine. So deal with it. Yeah. I'm choosing 3 films that I would say are my go-to sort of horror films for October. Not necessarily the hardcore horror films that are really scary, or they're very gory, or anything like that. These are just ones for some reason, I think of Halloween instantly. And these are the ones, and it's not Halloween. I would love that on Laserdisc, but it's very expensive. But these are the ones. So I'm going to talk about these 3 films. I will go in more depth in these films at a later stage. As I said, this is just like a pilot episode of and seeing what works. So anyway, right. Without further ado, let's move on to the first film. And I've got them handily next to me. And the first one is, and this is one that I'm hopefully going to see this Friday. With the other half, we're going to go and see it actually at the cinema. I never got to see it at the cinema. And I think it's a very good horror film. In the later films, they changed it up quite a bit and it's more actiony and stuff. But this is a very good horror film, especially if you watch it on your own in the dark with speakers up loud. And in this room I'm in now, I have a Laserdisc player and the TV in front and my 2-seater sofa, and in the dark with speakers on, and it's fantastic. And that is Alien, the very first Alien film. I never saw this back in the day when it first came out, because this came out in 1979. Yeah, 1979. So I wasn't even born yet. So, but I learned about these films from my parents, because when I grew up, I didn't grow up watching Disney films and musicals and things like that. My parents were really big on action films and stuff, and I don't know, maybe in the 80s, where they're a lot more lenient and parents let you watch whatever you wanted. Well, they did for me anyway. And this was one of the films that I got introduced to later on, because I originally saw Aliens, but I didn't want to put that one in my list today because there was no point, because it's not really the horror film one I want. This is the one that I go back to now, and I appreciate this more now than I did when I was younger. So yeah, this first one. So first of all, right, just to say, he is his lasers. If you haven't seen one before, looks like a record or vinyl. And there's the front, and there's the back. They've got lovely artwork on the back as well on the front, and they have chapter selections over here, just like you would with DVD. I'm not going into much detail about what Laserdisc is and when it came out, things like that. That'd be for another video. This is just really to go through my horror selection for October, really, and just going on about why I like the films. But I will show you the disc as well, because they're very cool to look at. Ooh. So it comes in a sleeve, just like a record or vinyl, wherever you want to put it. And yeah, here's three. You'll get to see the camera. Look, you get to see behind the scenes now in a second. Look, there you go. So yeah, so it's it looks like a giant CD or giant DVD, whatever way you want to do it, because you've got like the little artwork in the middle as well, and it says side A and B. And this one's a 1-disc movie. Some movies come on more than 1 disc. Again, I'll address like what the other formats are and how they differ at a later stage. I want to get all my facts 100% on those first before I do that. But again, this is just to go through my introduction of the films for October. So yeah, this is so Alien's my first one. The reason why I chose this one as my first one to say this is, if you have never seen Alien, you've seen the other ones, this is where it all started. Pretty much, other than if there's some prequels coming out, which I think there is, but ignore that for now. This is the original version. It's a very good horror. You got I don't want to go through the story really, because I don't want to ruin it for anyone that hasn't actually seen Alien. There's bound to be someone who's not seen it. But I would say with this one, it's got very incredible soundtrack. The atmosphere around the place with the noises of the pipes going, the chains, just the sound effects in general. Even before you've even seen the alien, you feel a bit uncomfortable on the ship. And you've got a great cast of people. Some people you know, a lot of some British actors. Sigourney Weaver is obviously the main one because he plays Ripley. And basically, it's one of the things I had when I went into seeing these films when I was younger. I never had any expectations, because back then it was like a film like just called Alien. Sounded very generic. But when I saw Aliens and I saw this one, I was honestly terrified. And again, you know, it's just a film, but it does. If the atmosphere can work that well, of just seeing a film, especially when this came out and I watched it when it was, it's not dated badly because the tech works with that era and it looks incredible with the overall aesthetics of the film. And it doesn't feel like it's a dated film. But yeah, this is the first one, so I won't go into too much more detail because that sounds like this. I really wanted this to be a bit more brief and just go through the selection ones. And at a later point, what I want to do is when I do, I'm going to do an A to Z of my Laserdisc, and I'll go into a lot more detail. I have a lot more facts about the film as well as the Laserdisc as well. But this is just to go through the ones. So once again, the original Alien film, Laserdisc. In space, no one can hear you scream. It's true. So that's the first one. Right. Okay, the second film. Now it's gonna go a bit now because that's kind of like the most serious film out of the three that I'm gonna show off because I do like the serious ones. I love all the slashers, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, things like that. I don't have many of those on Laserdisc, but these are ones that I feel like you could enjoy with other people and have a bit of fun with, and it has a good spooky feel to it without it necessarily being jump scares or incredibly gory or anything like that. So this is what brings me to this one. Probably the one I end up watching this before any of the others, and that's The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks. Look, his name's just like there, see? There you go. I'll find it in a minute with a finger. Yeah. There we go. Here's a cover. It's an incredible cover because the actual cover leads around the back. So if you follow the pipe there, or the hose pipe, turn it round, and it's then it trails that way and then off into his house over there. So yeah, this is more of a comedy, but it's basically about nosy neighbours, nosing on a family that they don't know much about who moved into a house that's kind of almost like a haunted house, they kind of think, and think people have been murdered there and all sorts. So it's just basically them trying to find out what's going on over there. Again, I don't want to go into too much detail because I want to do that for a later stage. But I just want to just literally do a brief video on these. Again, this is some films have more than one disc. In this one, for example, is a single disc as well, just like the other one is. Also, to note as well, you'll notice some of the films I show off don't have an age rating on. It's mainly because they're either Japanese or the American releases. So, example, this was an American one because you've got the FBI warning. And it doesn't have the 12 certificate, PG, 18, all that sort of business. So, yeah. But that's my second selection. Again, I don't want to talk too much about it. I want to have its own separate video on these. So, these are just to show these off. Again, there's the back. And it's a nice light height. You could watch this with watch it with the family. Because it hasn't got anything that's going to, like, traumatise kids. Not that I can remember anyway. Yeah, so that's my second selection. And then the third one is, make sure I get around the right way. And this is the one I as I said at the start, I never grew up watching musicals, things like that in Disney. But for some reason, this one I absolutely fell in love with. I remember seeing it on TV one day and sitting watching and I'm enjoying this, and I'm not into musicals. Why am I liking this? But I absolutely loved it. It's funny. It's really entertaining. Very well done. Just so I get on with it, is Little Shop of Horrors. Okay. This is a UK one because it's PG up there. See, yeah. Not many pictures on this one. We get some bits. And it's another one, good one to watch about Mick Moranis, who gets a plant. There you go. It's a one discer. Gets a plant and it basically grows and it needs to feed on blood. So it's all about this plant getting bigger and him having to look after it. And there's lots of other characters in there. Steve Martin. I can't think of anyone else. Bill Murray's in it. Yeah, you got quite a lot of people in it, but I would have to again. I'll do a more. I'll actually do an in-depth video about this at a later stage. I just want to really just briefly show the ones that I've got hold of and the ones I want to show off as my my selection of some ones to watch in October. While you still got a chance, you've got a day left. Unless this video goes out afterwards, then it isn't. But then you could pretend it's still Halloween. Yeah, that work. So there you go. And that's Little Shop of Horrors. Right, there you go. So they're my 3 selections. So just to run back quickly. So I recommend for this month you should watch Little Shop of Horrors, The Burbs, and Alien. I would say start with Alien. And then go with Little Shop of Horrors. There's a reason for that, you know. They will have a type of link, sort of, and then finish with The Burbs. Yeah, so there you go. Right, I think I might cut it there. I've lost my keyboard. There it is. Right. Yeah, so I don't know how to end this because when I'm doing streaming, it's a bit of a different situation. So I'm petrified and excited to do this, and I will make sure in the future other videos will be edited and cut down, show clips of the films, things like that, as well as games later on. But that's all something I want to look into in the future. This is just a start, and I want to get something out there now. And yeah, I honestly would love feedback from anybody. Tell me how bad it is. Tell me bits you enjoy. Have you seen these films before? You know, what any ideas for the future that you'd like me to do? And I'll be absolutely up for it. But essentially, this was just a little small selection of films that I would recommend during October. When I bring out my next video, hopefully that will be next week. It will be next week. Not saying hopefully. No, it will be next week. Yes. And I'm gonna make sure that I'll start doing films in more depth, and maybe because it's November coming up. I don't think you have any for November. Oh, we do have one thing for November. Oh, we do. I have one film in particular to talk about for November, and then we've got December, which obviously is Christmas films, and I've got a few of those. So I could be talking about those, and then after that, I'll start going from the A to Z, and then talking a lot more in detail in the videos of each Laserdisc in turn. So right, I'm gonna So hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, this is my first proper attempt of actually facing the camera, talking about it. As I've done videos before, this is a bit different. I'm not gonna edit this. I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm gonna put this out raw, baby. I'll put it out just as it is now, and sod it. Just go like that, and then going forward, then we start doing something called video production, wherever that is. But for now, right, that'll do for now. So what have I hit? 18 minutes. Blimey, I spoke for quite a long time about 3 films, didn't I? Anyway, right. Oh God, I better say the YouTuber thing. What did I say again? Please like, subscribe, and comment below, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I say. It feels weird to say something like that, but